Holmes and Houdini, issue number 2 from Zenescope. So this is issue number 2 of 3, and a super quick recap. We have the descendants of Sherlock Holmes and Harry Houdini. Houdini basically had a fiance who was working for this multi-millionaire tech genius named Nolan, and he ended up getting killed. And so Houdini's trying to figure out why was he killed. And she believes that Nolan is involved. So she sneaks into his mansion to try to look into his vault to see if there's any clues. Meanwhile, Holmes is working for this entity called the Order, and she has a mission where she has to steal this item, this artifact, from Nolan. And so both girls are sneaking into this mansion in different ways and trying to sneak into the vault. And that's exactly where this issue picks up, where we have Houdini in the vault. She discovers the artifact. She has no idea what it is, but she decides to take it with her anyways. And that's when Holmes shows up. And the two girls basically kind of start arguing with each other. Houdini believes that Holmes is working for Nolan, and Holmes is just trying to get the artifact that Houdini has in her hand. And I thought that this was going to go down the cliche route, where we have the two girls fighting each other, and then they realize that they're both on the same side. And so they team up together to take on Nolan. That's how every single crossover goes. Not just with Zenescope, but every comic book crossover I've ever read. It always has the same basic formula, where you have the two characters somehow come across each other. They believe that the other one is actually a villain. They fight each other because of a misunderstanding. And then during the course of the fight, they realize that they're actually not at odds, but they all have the same goal, and that there's actually a true villain that they're both after, and so they work together to fight off the true villain. I've seen it so many times. It's one of the reasons why I'm not too big a fan of crossovers. It's just because it's formulaic. This one actually does something different in the sense that rather than fighting each other, the two girls start talking, and they talk it out, and they realize that, hey, we're actually both on the same side. We're both trying to get some dirt on Nolan. So yeah, that was something that was kind of different. A nice change. So yeah, they actually talk things out. They introduce themselves, and Holmes is trying to get the artifact from Houdini, and Houdini refuses to hand it over. But they hear that someone is arriving, so they have to make their escape. So the two girls, Holmes makes her get away. Meanwhile, Houdini instead tries to play the seductive route. So she had used her seduction skills to go on a date with Nolan in order to get him to invite her to his mansion. And then during a game of hide and seek, she used that to her advantage to try to sneak into the vault. And now she's trying to play the innocent act that, I wasn't trying to sneak into the vault. I was playing hide and seek. You caught me. And so she tries to seduce one of Nolan's guards. And before she leaves, it turns out that Houdini had pickpocketed Holmes and stolen her wallet, which has her ID and everything like that. But it also turns out that at the same time, Holmes had also pickpocketed Houdini and stolen the artifact back. Yeah, eventually it turns out that both girls end up getting kidnapped. Like, Nolan is smarter than the girls thought. Rather than taking Houdini home, instead he takes her to this secret underground base. And Holmes, rather than making a getaway in a car belonging to the Order, it turns out that it's one of Nolan's men. So she ends up getting kidnapped, taken to the same base. And I want to be skipping like what Nolan's plans are because, I don't want to spoil everything here. But eventually both girls find out that they're in the same facility. Nolan is able to get his hands on the artifact and he makes his escape. Meanwhile, Houdini has the bright idea of using her skills to break out of her handcuffs, or I should say zip tie. So I was kind of glad that they were actually using Houdini's ability to escape from everything, because Harry Houdini, that's kind of what he's known for. Even though he's done other types of magic, he's known for being a great escapist. So it's nice to actually see this character doing escape stuff to actually succeed in her mission rather than just for magic arts and stuff. So, she sneaks out, dresses up as a guard, goes to where Holmes is at, knocks out one of the other guards, allows Holmes to break free. Then Holmes uses her brains to kind of figure out how to fight off the rest of the guards. And both girls just beat up on these dudes and start making their escape. I'm gonna kind of stop the spoilers there. There's way more. I'm not gonna spoil everything. I will say that I enjoyed this series so far. It's nothing to write home about, though. It feels very much like Danger Girl, if anyone remembers Danger Girl, only not as good. Like Danger Girl, in my opinion, was awesome, but it's not for everybody. And I feel like this is almost kind of like Danger Girl meets VIP, if anyone remembers that TV series. It's kind of that, only instead of 3 or more girls, it's just the 2 girls. But you have the 2 girls, each with their own abilities, doing a secret mission where they're breaking into some rich dude's house and trying to steal an artifact, getting caught, and then trying to make their escape. It feels very much like something out of like a Danger Girl or a VIP. So yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of it. It just kind of reminded me of like the 90s and stuff. The artwork itself is okay. Zenescope is one of those where the artwork is either manageable or really, really terrible. Like I've never really seen amazing artwork coming out of Zenescope. And this one is on the more positive side. But again, it's Zenescope, so that doesn't really say anything. That's not like raising the bar too high. And the story itself, like it's entertaining, but it's like dumb entertainment. It's like popcorn entertainment. This is nothing new. Like it's not doing any. It's not treading any new ground. It's not going to take the comic book world by storm. It's just your typical popcorn Danger Girl VIP type story with 2 sexy ladies as secret agents in a sense. So yeah, that's basically what you're going to be getting with this. So if you're okay with that, then you're going to find entertainment here. If you're looking for something deeper, something more meaningful, you're not going to get that here. This is basically sexy ladies in an average story with average artwork. So yeah, that's pretty much where you're going to be getting with this series. Again, I enjoyed it, but I'm one of those where I like just dumb, entertaining popcorn stories. I don't need some big like philosophical story, something with deep meaning, anything like that. Like just give me something entertaining and I'm good. And that's what you get with this. So there you go. There's Holmes and Houdini, issue number 2 out of 3 from Zenescope. Do I recommend it? If you like Danger Girl, if you like VIP, again, when I compare this to Danger Girl, it's not comparing the quality. Danger Girl, in my opinion, is way better. But then I absolutely love Danger Girl. I read that growing up. That was an awesome series. This is like Wish.com version of Danger Girl. So if you want to read a Wish.com version of Danger Girl, if you want to read a comic book version of VIP, that's basically where you're going to be getting with this. So if you're okay with that, check it out. If not, then I would pass on this series. But I'm rambling at this point. There you go. Hope that you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.